What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back in our Gas Course project, an action RPG built from scratch using Unreal Engine 5, Blueprints, C++, the Gameplay Ability System plugin, and all that good stuff. So last time we were playing around with target sorting and more gameplay targeting and things like that. So I wanted to wrap up some of the sorting that we've been doing, as well as some of the debugs that we were making for them. We were working on both input-based as well as camera angle based. I also want to add one for distance. And then I think we should be good to cover most of our bases when we want to do things with targeting. You know, it's not super complicated, it's not super robust, but I think it'll get the job done for our needs. So that's what I want to focus on. That's what I want to finish up today. So let's just jump in. And I believe what we have currently in our debug is camera. So, you know, when I'm drawing, I'm drawing camera yaw, and as well as the angles to each target. And then, yeah, we're drawing debugs around each target, gradient from green to red, just to show, who's best, who's worst. And yeah, they explode when you kill them. Yeah. So I want to go and move on to input in just a second here, but I am seeing, I don't know, I feel like the red debug drawing is off, because the red, I believe, is the angle between the two targets, for example. So let's look at that real quick, and then we'll try to move on to our input-based angle. And the input one should be done as well. I just need to double check the values that we're getting and the debugs that we're drawing. And then we'll move on to distance. And then if we have time, we'll move on to something else. So we have the two here. So we're drawing from, so line and unit direction. Okay, so I don't know if I am drawing a debug line to each target. One's red, one's green. So I don't think I should draw it for scoring, actually. I should probably draw these on init or on execute. Because I only want to draw a debug line on a per actor basis when I'm drawing to that target, or drawing a debug box or the debug string. So I should be able, I would like to move this information up into, I guess, execute, or well, I should flush, and then that's where I should probably just draw new ones, right? And I need to get unit direction. Line and unit direction. Unit direction. This. Okay, so unit direction should be the direction actually to the target. So I shouldn't have to do that one. So line and unit direction. Control rotation should be enough like that. Let's take out control rotation here. But I also should wrap it in the same way here with debug. This, and then end with like that. That should be okay, but it looks like this line unit direction is wrong. Like, for example, let's just put one character in, like, that does not look right to me. So let's first do a hot reload here. Get the changes in that we just made. And then I'll have to look at this unit direction because that just looks off. And we can kind of see what we're trying to do. Because like unit direction is source pawn actor location times unit direction, or plus unit direction. And unit direction is up here. And that's the direction vector from the camera's location to the actor's location, which I guess is technically right. It doesn't really feel right. So camera location, get direction, unit vector. Yeah, for some reason unit direction just doesn't. So from the camera's location, what if I change this to like source pawn dot get actor location? Will that look any better? Because I think I know why it looked wrong. Hello, could you explain me what are we trying to do? Yeah, when it's done compiling, I will attempt to explain. Because right now we're working on targeting, and I'm working on the debug of the targeting. So yeah, this looks better. Like, so I'm getting the unit vector between myself and the target, and so the green arrow is my control rotation. The red is the angle between each. I really shouldn't like zero out the rotation. Curious if that's going to go on. But yeah, I'm really focused right now on the debugging tools, because the general concept works. Okay, so that. Okay, so no, that doesn't really work. The x-axis vector. So I don't really want to worry about pitch, so I feel like I have to write this in a different way. I'm gonna say F rotator control rotation equals like this, and then I just want to say control rotation dot pitch equals 0. Then I could just say like this, because I don't want to get any kind of pitch in the drawing of the debug. I kind of want to just keep it within the yaw. So let's see if that gets me the results I'm hoping for. And yeah, that looks right. Cool. Don't know how to get that properly though. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy, like having to store the control rotation, zero out the pitch. Let me do some research here. UE5, C++, how to ignore pitch in rotation. I don't want to limit pitch. C++ only get yaw angle. Let's see. So get yaw pitch from vector. I'm not sure. I don't know how to describe what it is I'm looking to do. Like this technically works, so maybe I can just leave it at that. But let's go ahead and grab another duplicate here, throw them over here, and now, yeah. So we get 2, and they get scored appropriately. So now we're going to do input. So wait, let's first get the projectile targeting preset. Projectile target preset. So right now we have camera angle, and I did add a debug where I can disable it. So I'm just going to disable that one. Now there should be an input angle. I think that's the kind I need. No. Input movement angle. Yes. I should also delete some of this redundant targeting classes, I guess. Let's see. Input movement vector. Movement input vector is the one I want to remove, so we can go ahead and remove that. It's not referenced anywhere, so we're good. So yeah, let's figure this out. Because another thing I added here for the scoring is like a float curve. So the score can be adjusted based off a curve rather than just some lerped value or however you'd want to do it. So I'm hoping that'll give us a little bit more flexibility. So we'll enable debug. There should be another float curve for input, I think. Input score. So we're doing that. Affected by source movement. Yes. Default score multiplier. Score multiplier when moving. Probably gonna be 1.5. So let's see if this will work and what debugs we get. And it'll be easier. I think I should be able to also show the cog debug window here. So at the top left, you'll see the joystick moving, so you'll kind of get a sense of which direction I'm going. But I'm going to just do that. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting drawn 2 debugs here. For green, at least. So let's get out of the camera angle. I am probably gonna have to duplicate some stuff though, so I'll keep some of it open, I guess. We don't need the .h. Let's get into the CPP. So we're drawing from unit direction to the actor, which is good. So then the input, and then also the control rotation. We don't need to draw the control rotation. How often do you use GPT? I almost never search on Google anymore. I do because there are 2 specific things for GPT to know about Unreal. I don't use ChatGPT at all. I do have the AI assistant within Writer here, but I kind of forget that I have it sometimes. So I end up just Googling it out of instinct. I know ChatGPT is probably worth it, but for now, I'm not really going to care too much about it. So yeah, we don't need control rotation, honestly. That's just going to mess us up. And we only really need to draw the input once. So we should be able to do that in here as well. So under init, sorry, just laughing at init. So input direction, all good there. Unit direction, dots. Yeah, so inputting all the information. We don't care about control rotation. And then what else? So yeah, I said I wanted to do the input direction once. What's the best way to do this? Because it feels like I'm going to be doing calculations multiple times. Like, I wonder... I need to initialize correctly here first and foremost. That, so then I should be able to then do... Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I think I do it in the base class, no? Where's my target sort base? Yeah, I do that all there at the beginning. Cool, so I should be able to say, you know, if source pawn, and then put that stuff here. And technically then I should be able to do, well, I have to do it, no. I should be able to just, for now, do something like this. There's unit direction, which is fine. Should be able to just take this. Well, let me take this whole thing. And if... Now I should be able to input normal, something like this. And then draw the arrow. I think I can also flush the debug stuff. I can say source pawn. I gotta say source pawn. There. I should be able to, for now I'm going to just comment it out. And let's reload that and see what the results are. Okay. Close all windows because that's just a little distracting. So yeah, we got the yellow and the two reds, which is perfect. But then I want to draw the boxes as well. So yeah, I should be able to nuke everything. Let me just make sure as well. I was having issues one time where like it wasn't executing the first time. So let me just be sure. So I'm drawing like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Seems like it's working how I intend it to. So now, yeah, camera angle. So we're logging strings here. And then doing the extents and stuff. Which class is this target source base derived from? My target source base, it derives from the targeting system, the uTargeting sort task base. This is one from Epic Games. It's one of the plugins you can get in Unreal. Yeah, let's take out some of this data we don't need anymore. Let's clean this up. And then we gotta just draw like pretty much everything here and then clean up the actual data that we're passing in. So let's do the most dangerous thing in the world. Yeah, no problem, man. Got the Kismet text library, so I don't need UE log camera angle dot degrees. That's what this thing is, so I'm just gonna grab this, put it up here. Then we can say this. Then camera angle string. Saying, I don't know why this is multiplied by score multiplier. That's weird. So input angle is just that value. That should be fine. Angle, final score. Score, yeah. Instead of camera angle string, I'll just call it input angle string. That might have just been a legacy thing when I copied it over. So lerping, colors, score color, final score stuff. Yeah, that looks okay. Let's see. And then we'll have to double check the float curve. Make sure that data is correct. But now that you actually gave me the idea, let me check the AI assistant to see if they know how to get the ignore pitch value in Unreal. So UE5, C++, ignore pitch in rotator. Let's see what we get. Okay, I don't want to ignore it like that. UE5, C++, only get yaw within rotator. I can also be just asking the question wrong, you know? Nope. Okay, let's see the results here. We get boxes drawn, yeah. So yeah, something off happens when they're both negative. And that could be an issue with my function. So I created a library function to get me get best target from handle. So maybe that's actually problematic. Where's my, there we go. So it's null. So if it's null, let's see. So we go like this. Well, it is passing something. That's interesting. Let me take out. There's no breakpoints. Let's see. So they both get a final score of 0. And yeah, the angle is, it's not actually an angle. It's a dot product. I'm doing something wrong even there. So degree, okay, so I gotta just do this instead, right? Target might be null because that line was not executed yet, if I saw that correctly. Oh, that's, yeah, possibly. So let me see, am I getting the angle right? So angle 10, 5. So yeah, this use case, I'm not sure, I need to dig a little deeper. I'm not sure why it picks that one. Could be my float curve giving me problems. No. What would be the best way to figure this reasoning out? So I don't think that was the problem, so I'm just gonna do that. I guess I can look at each score. Because they're both 0. So I believe that's the reason why, because the curve doesn't, like, everything is marked 0. So maybe I have to make this like 0.1. Okay, so that's the angle, right? Okay, so I think what is going on, yeah, that's the dot, right? So that's fine, actually. go to score real quick. So I'm moving to the, when I'm moving to the right, I would suspect to hit the guy on the right, but that doesn't seem like that's the case. So the score is 0.01111. So all right, so that's why the dot product is negative, right? So do I need to, I can't clamp it, right? I guess I have to have values to represent that within the float curve, maybe? So maybe the float curve has to go from has to start at -1. Let's see. Yeah, that helped. So I just kind of wonder how this should actually kind of work. It's basically from here to 0. Like, I want to add a key and make this thing like 0.01. I just want to see if I get the same results of like it working as I'd hope. It does. So I'll make this, I don't know, 0.05. Just it's some decent value. Let's auto. No, that is not a good looking curve. Can I like auto this whole thing? No, that does not look good. I just don't like how that's plateauing. Let me just make this a linear curve, and then here something like that, and this linear again. Maybe that'll be okay. So that seems to make sense. So we have, the input angle stuff, and things need to be drawn at the same duration. Whoopsie. So their lifetime is let's do 5 seconds. Okay, same thing with camera angle, 5 seconds. Maybe I could add a parameter for that there as well. But it's fine. Okay, so last but not least, we have to make one for distance, and I don't think we have one. So let's make a new class. Like, there is already one by default with this plugin for distance, but I would like to have my version of it just because it has some additional functionality that I like. So gas, course, target, source base. And gas, course. What's the naming conventions that I have? Target, sort. Distance. Add to the appropriate folder. So public, game systems, targeting, sort, boom. We can create that class. Now this one should be more straightforward, just because we did a lot of the proving with the other classes. So let's see how fast we can speed run this one. Because after we get this distance one working and we get everything kind of working in conjunction together, I'd like to update my blog post with targeting and be able to share that with everybody. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, input angle. So we're gonna grab all that. And then I need to have, I don't know if I need like a min distance or if a max distance is okay. For now, we'll do max. Actually, that'll be public, right? Public. So, and then, yeah, we can get the AI to generate a documentation thing for us. We can do it up here as well. We'll see how good it is. Or if it's just gonna crap its pants. Okay, so it did give a good version, but I gotta change the variable name. So max distance. And we'll say by default 600, right? We can always adjust that on a per instance basis. And then we can generate all these definitions. Boom. Now, we don't need to draw any debug on initialization. It will just be on get score per target. So we first can distance. Here we go. And then let's just grab this whole chunk and we'll rewrite what we need to rewrite. Okay, so what do we need to care about? Technically, we don't really care about controller. So we just want to get the source pawn. Next, we don't really care about this at all. We can get just a float here. So float distance to target equals, and then we can get so source pawn, or there should be like a U math library distance 2D, just vector distance between source pawn, get actor location, and then hit actor, get actor location. So that's our distance. And now we're going to put that distance into into how we score our curve, right? So I wonder how we should actually write this, because maybe I would need to have like a 0 to 1 scaling anyway. I'll leave it to like a full distance thing. But if it's not, if we don't have a score curve, then we do want to kind of map it. So I'll just do like F, or no, it's U, Kismet Math Library, clamp, range, or no, map, range, clamp, value, distance to target. We're going to go from 1 to 0, and then 0, max distance. That. And I wonder, can I adjust the curve dynamically? Reset curve. No. I guess that's fine. And then we would do some debug mapping stuff. And then this one, we can change this to read the distance to target. So distance to, I guess I have to write like that. Get actor, get name, safe, or get safe, get name, I guess. To string, right? Or can I get string? Get. Write it like that. Hold on. Get name, what returns a string. Okay, never mind. Now, I don't think I need to draw a debug arrow. I should, well, maybe, I guess, draw debug directional arrow. I don't need to do unit direction. I guess I do have to calculate unit direction for the sake of this debug. I guess camera angle, right? Unit direction. So we got unit direction. And then distance to target. I think. Oh, we got a hydrate. Yeah, you got that. I'm gonna drink. I guess I also have to draw a debug showing what the max distance is. So F vector, line, and max distance direction equals max distance and instead of the color here, I want to take this like that, and then copy this. Change this to like F color. Whoop. Yellow. Let's just see what the damage is with that implementation, and then we'll debug it from there. Because again, like a combination of camera angle, distance, and your input movement alongside, potentially other targeting things. Like if you do want to scope, like if an enemy has, maybe if they have low HP or something, maybe you want to take that into account as like a small additional modifier. So say you have two enemies that are like right next to each other. You're looking like dead center. You're not moving. Equal distance. Let's say you then throw a projectile. Which one would you want it to hit? I don't know. It could be a matter of taste at that point, but I think we would want the enemy with lower HP or whatever kind of markup you'd want at that point. So any kind of tagging or anything like that. And I do eventually want to add some tagging for when you're like low on HP, maybe have some interesting perks or something to happen when you're at like 25% threshold. Say, you reach 25% health, your character engulfs into fire or something and, burns enemies around them, for example. That would be kind of cool. And then if you have like a what's the term? Lifesteal with burn, you start healing again, and then after a cooldown, your health gets below 25 again. You have an potentially interesting loop managing your own health at that point. Another thing for a different day, Because I feel like at this point we have a good amount of systems in place to actually do some of these interesting things. But then I have to do, skill trees or something and kind of figure out how that can work. And then obviously do save load things, and then actually make a game around it, have enemies spawn, have the enemies be interesting, have them challenge you in different ways, which it's gonna be a while before that even happens. We're gonna be sticking with our dummies for as long as possible, so yeah, let's look first. We have movement angle sorting, so we're gonna disable the movement angle one as well. We're gonna add here distance. Oh, I don't even need to do the input angle one. I can just do gas course, target sort, input angle. Before I disable it, let's just put everything back. So yeah, disable. Now let's look at our distancing here. So again, enable debug, yes. Movement input, yes. So we have something under camera that's already broken. We gotta change the it's the dangers again of copy and pasting. You don't change these things. Distance, I guess. Okay, 600, sure. We're not gonna worry yet about a curve. We're gonna check that in a little bit. Let's just see how this looks. So let's make bigger distance. So yeah, we're getting a green. So I feel like I'm closer to this guy. So I feel like it's doing the opposite, or something is not being done right. So let's debug it, right? So where's this green arrow coming from? Because it feels like it's control angle. So let's get rid of everything but distance. At the moment, we can always reopen things. So I'm gonna just type in green. So there's only one thing that's doing green. Am I? So debug, disable. This is disabled. Okay, let's look at the debug, right? So everything is 0. We know something is up. Where are we? Sorry, I got sidetracked. So I feel like something's wrong with this score. So let's just take one enemy at the moment. It'll help us read things. So what is distance to target? Eventually, it should tell me what distance the target is. No? The source pawn is correct. Hit actor is correct. Score curve is null. So yeah, distance to target is just not being read correctly, I guess. And yeah, unit direction, that's fine. So distance to that is, yeah, okay, why am I doing degree cosine there? That's just kind of messy. I wrote that completely incorrectly. This just has to be distance to target. Okay. Let's clean that up. Let's do a hot reload. Okay, let's see. We just gotta be patient in this one, you know, we gotta let it compile. But yeah, it's weird that I'm getting 0 as like the distance though, right? I feel like your boy messed up in some capacity. Okay, so let's look. Let's just clear the log. So do that. So distance to dummy 622. Okay, so no matter what my distance is, it's always showing the score as 0. Did I set anything weird in the settings here? They're both the score multiplier of 1. So did I mess up the mapping? So basically we want to map the distance to target between, so I did that the wrong way. Of course I did. So basically, I need to map it correctly. So from 0 to 600, we would want to map, you know, the closer you are to 0, then the higher the number to 1 would be. And obviously, maybe we need to change it from a value of 600 to something else. Edit condition attempted to use invalid operand, be disable sort. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't matter. So yeah, now we're getting better values. Cool. So distance, we'll say. I mean, how big is our task AOE? Because I feel like there has to be some similar things here. So use curve table. So distance radius 2000. I feel like that would be what we would need to do. Why did that guy not explode? There we go. So I feel like I also have to draw the debug arrow above the other one, just because they're in the same Z space and the Z fight there. So we'll say get actor location plus units higher, maybe. So let's see what that looks like. So again, I don't know where the control angle is coming from. I don't get anything for control. So we do target sort base. Now target sort source base. Just logs. So what legacy thing is being taken? So draw box, draw debug string. So maybe it's because let's look. I have an idea. Maybe I messed something up. So enable debug. So that's the input angle. So the camera angle. So yeah, that's why. So it seems like even though it's disabled, it's still drawing. So we gotta say what if be enable debug and not disable. Yeah, be like that. That should be good. I guess instead of writing it like that, I should just do, if not disable or B, or if B disabled sort turn, right? Maybe that makes more sense. Let's see. So we shouldn't get a green thing. Yep, great. So let's draw two, but not draw two, but let's get two. Let's Let's see. So I'm definitely closer to the guy on the left. Yep. That's all making sense. Cool. Now we gotta introduce curve. So we'll do F curve, camera. Nope. F curve. Distance score. So now we want to do basically from 0 to 100. Is a value of 1, and then we'll go from this to 1,000. Let's add a key. 2.5. And then add key. We'll say to 1800.1, and then 2000, 0. Make it auto. That. It's gonna be linear. Let's see what this looks like. There's also not a... I didn't introduce flushing, I guess. Thought I did. Let's see. Is this under init? Yes. Also grab that. Seems good. Okay. So now we should be able to put these all together. So let's take off debugs. Let's make sure they're all enabled. So camera angle. So score multiplier when moving. I'm gonna just say 0.5. We'll say 0.75. And then default is 1. Input angle. 1.25 when moving. Default score multiplier, we'll say 0. Because if you're not moving, we don't really care. And then default score multiplier, we'll say 0.5. Score multiplier when moving, we'll say 0.8. So let's hope. That seems to be working correctly. Can't say for sure just yet. See, again, I think the input angle is messed up. I feel like this should happen here as well. Because yeah, see how I was just moving? So yeah, something feels slightly off, and this is gonna be the annoying part. So maybe normal default score, camera is 1, score multiplier when moving. Say 0.1. Or maybe distance. Yeah, maybe distance doesn't really matter. We'll make it super small when you're moving. That's where my problem is. Like, I was moving left and it wasn't working. So let's look at this in a vacuum again. So disable and disable, and then enable debug on this one. Seems right. So maybe it's the whole idea when moving. So camera angle, score when moving, we'll say 0.1. See, that's the problem. So if the score multiplier when moving is 0, let's just see. Yeah. So maybe that needs to be the case. Let me turn on the debug for the input angle. The final score 1.25. Yeah. Maybe that's the way to go. Or I'm doing something wrong with like how maybe I'm not making it additive. Or do I have to say like return plus this? I'm curious if this is actually the right thing to do. Distance. So maybe all it's doing at that point is taking the winner of the previous thing. Distance is like the last thing. Maybe that's why I was getting the behavior I was getting. Camera angle, distance. So let's see. I'm also curious, unless how can I get the score? I wonder. Let's see. So camera angle 0.1. We'll say I'm moving. No, we'll say 0.5, and then distance 0.1. Let's see. So yeah. Doesn't seem like it's doing what I'm hoping it would do. So I'm gonna just do a UE log temp warning text. We're gonna say current score. And then super get score for target. And which one is this for? Input angle. Let's just do one target. So current score is 0. Current score is 0. Okay, so is there information on the targeting handle? Or is there like, you know, targeting, get targeting system? Make request, create target request. Anything for like score? Score for target. There's this ascending. So there's targeting subsystem. Now, is there anything for score? So what is result? So result dot hit result. So is it like target data dot result? Okay, so there is score. So I guess I have to write it maybe like this. So current score 1. Current score 1. So why is it always 1? I wonder. So let's disable distance. So above input angles, so we have camera angle score, right? So I'm gonna go to input angle. Should be able to just kind of copy this everywhere. I mean, I should also just return target score, right? Maybe? I'm not sure. Me not so sure, but we're gonna try. Clean up what we're working with. And yeah, I'm under the assumption we could just return target data dot score. So let's see what's happened. Hey Rock Kicker, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. So what's the ordering of our things? So we got camera angle, input angle, and we disabled distance for now. So let's look at camera angle and input angle. We have one target, and we'll just first we'll just do this. That's good. So it's interesting. So let's look also on here. Let's get the distance back on. So boom, right? So we're on camera angle, so 0.9999 times this, we're getting into score. The score 1. Got that. And then distance. So the score is now 2, which I don't know why. So let's look this way. So camera angle. So I have an elusive AI bug that's crashing UE5 on me. Can't figure it out. If you're part of our Discord, you can try to ask for help there. Give me a second. I gotta log in again for some reason. Pretty sure I didn't write that correctly. Okay. SMS code, fun stuff, fun stuff. Okay, cool. You got your Discord? All right. Then, yeah, just post in there. Maybe someone will be able to help you. So, yeah. Target score is going to be a low number. And then going into here, target. So I don't understand why target score is 1. So when we get to input angle, for example, target score is 0, right? So yeah, something is just generally off. It's like get score for target. Where is that being used? It's being used in simple target task, sort task, filter, blah blah blah. Simple targeting, sort task. Like there has to be a way to figure this out. So there's all this target filter stuff. There is this perform targeting request. So ability task perform targeting request. So it does that. Set up stuff. When does it do it? So execute. Request initialize. Execute internally. Request data initialize. Do execute. So it does the task in each thing. So it initializes and then it executes. Am I able to like write the data? Am I able to say, we're gonna have to probably continue this on a different stream since we're coming close to the end here. So let's look at this again. So let's disable distance. In camera angle, let me write, so target data dot score equals or plus equals 0.0. We'll say plus 1.23. So cannot assign. Okay. So for the time being, let's, because like we don't get there, do we? Is it gonna potentially break point? No. So we're gonna say camera angle. We'll just add 0.577. And then I'm curious if that's what my target score will be. So let's see. I also need to put a breakpoint back, so input angle here. So why? So this target scoring doesn't seem like it's doing what I wanted. I know there is a default class. Maybe I need to read how it's writing it. So I know, what is it, like target sort by distance like this. So yeah, so get score for target. And yeah, it just returns that. So let's do another one, distance. We'll move that before input angle. And then let's see. Like, I wonder if it's okay. Like, maybe I'm not thinking right. So sort by distance. Let's just see what this gives us. Can't really read into that. So I feel as if I'm just not correctly getting the score. I would just need to dig into that further. So yeah, we'll have to continue this next time most likely. So I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. We'll have to see what's going on with this score adding and, you know, update it as we go. So thank you so much for watching. For anybody who is still watching and you aren't already following me here on Twitch, a follow would be much appreciated. If you are watching from YouTube, a subscription from there would be great. And of course, make sure you can join me on our Discord if you'd like any sort of help or open discussions or anything like that. You're more than welcome to join. So thanks again, everybody. Have a good night, and I'll see you soon.